when I was in that mess, nobody ever wants to be in that deep of mess, right? How do you turn that into a message? How to turn that right message into the right offer, right? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are at, whatever time zone you are in. It is morning here, and I am in a city, island, I should say, island. Right now, visiting an island called Siargao. Siargao is in the Philippines. Just it's a 2-hour flight from Manila, so that's where I am actually at. It's the backpackers haven. So if you love the outdoors, you love doing things outdoors, Siargao definitely a must visit. One, it's got everything that we would want as foreigners, right? It's got great food. It's got locals who adore us and love us, are very welcoming, and it's inexpensive. It's a beautiful island, clear waters. You can see right to the bottom floor. So that's where I'm at right now. I really enjoyed it. I was doing some island hopping last night or yesterday with the team here. So I'm living it. So I just wanted to share that experience with you guys. So definitely a must visit. It's Siargo, Siargao. So that is the island I'm actually at right now in the Philippines. And I am actually going to stateside on February 2nd. So I'm excited to be also going home to the US as well, after being in Asia, doing my Asia tour for 3 months now. So it'll be officially 3 months and 2 weeks is where I've been away from the US. So time flies when you're having fun. So welcome to today's web class from Mess to Money. And I'll start here. Back in 2017, I made some pretty aggressive moves into real estate, and I was actually new to real estate. And had a few successes under my belt in 2016 and 17, and I ended up making have an opportunity that was presented to me where we purchased about 50 properties all in one place for quite a bit of millions of dollars in transaction. And I was able to do that and was able to team up and partner up with some investors as well as investing a lot of our funds to it. And we did that where we had some first successes. And then about a year into it, as we were coming out of 2018, the market shifted a little bit. One of the things that you learn about real estate is that you make money when you buy, not when you sell. You make money when you buy. So when you actually do analyze your deals, you analyze it when you first buy. You analyze it in a way where you're conservative in the front end as possible, and you put some things in place like renovation budgets and holding time, things like that. You kind of put that into conservative as well. But I did it. I'm pretty aggressive. It was at this opportunity, I'm thinking some of these properties would sell at a certain price point, as well, and we held them a little longer than normal. We went over budget on renovation. So basically, the big three that are killers to any investor happened to me, and we span of about 9 months, almost 10 months, 17, 18, we lost almost $4.92 million. So So that's really what though allowed me to go into the online space because I at that point in time I needed to find the fastest way to make the money that I lost back for myself, family, and it's not in a great place. We lost over our net worth, half our net worth, and I was like, what did I do to my family? Right? I worked hard for all these years, built multiple businesses. At that point in time, I was an entrepreneur for 13 years. And I've been working home for 13 years. Multiple companies, sent out multiple companies, and here I am. All the work that I did, basically, 13 years. even 10 years before that, right? Before I started my business, working hard for most of my life, for about 23 years. Here I am, I lost it in 9 months. It all went away, and everything I worked hard for 3 years went away in 9 months. And I went to the online space and went to find that was at that point in time, I knew that the online space is booming, right? The industry, which we're in, the e-learning industry. So whether you are a transformation-based business, which is you're a coach or a consultant, or you are an education-based business, you create courses or you run events or workshops, or a service-based business where you have things that you know and love, your expertise, and you're able to turn it into a service, then is booming, right? So at that point in time it's $1 billion a day industry and pace, right? I'm reading all the articles, I'm looking at the trends. It's a growing market. It's on pace to be $1 trillion industry by the year 2028. And the latest figures, latest projections is actually going to exceed $1 trillion fairly faster than that by the year 2028. So it's booming industry. So I decided to hop into online space because I needed to find a vehicle, a different vehicle to make me the most amount of money and try to do it in as fast as possible, right? So in 2018, I decided to go online, and I struggled, right? I struggled for 2 years. It took me a year and 3 days to launch my very first course, to put it all together, to record it, edit it, and all of those things. It took me about a year and three days. And then I tried to market and sell it. It took me another 9 months to sell it. And I almost quit. I almost gave up, right? And for the first time, I was struggling as an entrepreneur. I struggled when I first started my business back in 2005. That was known, right? Because you're starting a new business, you're launching a new business, and you're going to struggle a little bit at the beginning, which I did. Here I am. I have some successes under my belt in the online space. It's something totally new for me, and I struggle. Almost quit. And I went to Funnel Hacking Live in 2020. I entered my mentor now, one of my mentors now, Russell Brunson's world, and literally thinking to myself, if I go to Funnel Hacking Live, if I don't learn something from Russell, from the speakers that are there in these 4 days, I'm done, right? I'm gonna go find something else to do, essentially. It's basically where my mindset or my state was at that point in time. And thank God I didn't, because when I went there, it changed my life, right? I understood. Most importantly, I saw people there that were doing it. And I had this belief that if other people can do it, I can too, right? They either went before me or they found a way, right? They found the elixir or the magic potion or the strategy that really achieve success and overcome their struggles. And I saw these people walk the stage and win their 2 comma cup award. Hi, John. How are you? Win their 2 comma cup award, right? Building multiple seven-figure businesses, getting their awards, and then building 8-figure businesses. People are building 9-figure businesses, winning 2 comma cup, some 2 comma cup, CCF, all these awards. And I'm like, if they can do it, I can too. That's what really changed my life. And I accepted an offer that Russell made that day, the third day of the event, and then offer to join his coaching program, right? And he said, I thought to myself, if he can show all these people they actually did it, they met Russell first. They said yes to his offer first. They learned the things that they needed to learn first. And they they act, right? They took action first and implemented the things that they learned, and thus they got the result that they want. And that's the result they wanted. And I said, if they can do it, I can. So welcome to tonight's web class. Tonight's web class is about turning your mess into money. Going from mess to money. When I was in that mess, nobody ever wants to be in that deep of mess, right? When you're in it, you're like, I don't wish this upon anybody. But then when you come out the other side, you'll help other people do this. So whatever your situation is, I'm gonna walk you guys through a framework, right? So you have this mess that you're in, whether you lost $4.92 million like I did, or you transitioned to online space and struggled for 2 years and almost quit. But our from mess to money framework is very, very simple. So you have this mess. So you share the mess that you got yourself in, right, with your audience, just like you guys. And you guys might not be in the same mess. You might not have lost 4.92 million. You might not be struggling for 2 years. But when I share my story like that, what you guys do is I have a mess too, right? You guys have a mess too. There's a mess that you actually went through, your own version of it, right? It's just a different version or different mess that you're going through, right? So when you describe your mess, your audience is actually listening to you. And they're like, wow, I went through that as well. And I'm actually, as a matter of fact, I'm going through that right now. Okay? So as you're sharing it, I went through that, that's past, right? But your audience who's listening to you, and if that is the reason why they're at your webinars, they're at your webinars, they're at your challenge or watching one of your automated videos, most likely the only reason why they're there is because they're going through that mess right now. Because we as humans, we don't just get up every day thinking, you know what, I'm going to go spend time in this, or I'm going to go find a solution, or I'm going to go spend money even on this thing, right? But we don't wake up thinking we're going to spend time, money, energy on something unless it's a problem. Okay? And I've shared a simple example of this. If you go out today and you decide, you know, I'm going to go run down the street, go to the grocery store, buy food, right, to eat, and what you're doing is you're solving a hunger problem, right? You're solving some type of problem. That's what made you cause you to take action to go out to the grocery store. If you went out today and you bought a shirt, you're single, right? You bought a blouse, a guy, you go buy a nice shirt, and you want to go out that night. What you're doing is you're solving a loneliness problem because you're looking into a relationship, right? So when you describe your mess, your clients are in it, right? They're in their version of their mess. And that's why it's so important to describe your mess, because then now you're authentic, you're relatable, right? You are genuine. And most importantly, you are vulnerable. And you're vulnerable. You're just another human being that's gone through stuff they're going through right now. That's why they're at your web class, because they're going through something, their own version of their own mess, and they're looking for a solution. That's why they're even there. That's why you guys are here. Okay. And then you're able to turn that mess as you convey how to turn that into a message, right? How to turn that into a message. So if you look at the Magnificent Seven, right? I shared with you, there are 7 areas that you have to master. If you really want to be successful in the online space, whether you want to be a coach, a consultant, a course creator, you have a service, it doesn't matter. There's 7 areas. And the 2 areas that are part of this particular web class tonight is having the right message. Right? Having the right message makes you relatable, that your audience can connect with, and then having the right offer, right? And when you have the right message, you have the right offer, you're getting the right person to see it, right? The marketing, the reach, and you're getting the right person, which is your avatar, your ideal client, you being the right person, the guide, and then getting them into the right seat, right? And ensuring that it's the right time when you actually make the offer, right? So today's part of the Magnificent Seven, when we talk about the 2 areas, we're going to talk about the right message, how to turn that right message into the right offer, right? As you guys go out, navigate, try to find the right audience or the right person to get in front of, okay? So we'll start with the right mess first, right? So for me, that's why I shared with you my mess of at least my latest mess in the last, last 7 years, right? There's 2 messes that I kind of gotten myself into. One is losing $4.92 million, and then going to find a different vehicle, try to make that money back, and then struggling for 2 years, right? And basically almost giving up on my dream and all the things that were happening to me, right? The frustration, the working 14, almost 16-hour days, not having time, a lot of time with my family, my sons and my wife for literally almost 2 years. Right? So I've messed there. And when I share that with people, you guys can connect. For whatever mess you're going through, you can connect very easily. Okay? But how do you turn that into a message? Okay? How do you turn your mess into a message? And there's a framework that I want to share with you guys. So you guys heard the pain and passion part, or the path, right? So I shared the pain, losing money, going to try to find a different vehicle, spending time for 2 years to try to make this work. Right? Path, That's the path I took, right? And then the path of always quitting, and then being able to find a mentor, a guide like Russell Brunson, and saying yes to his program, right? Going to his One Funnel Away Challenge first, buying a ticket to Funnel Hacking Live, and then diving into his $25,000 coaching program. That's my path. That was my journey, right, to get to this point. And that's what got me to come out the other side and be able to, in 2021, a year of being in this program, grew our very first done for you agency to 7 figures. Then in 2022, winning a 2 Comedy Club award, and then 2023 winning two Comedy Club awards last year, right? So the goal here is when you share your pain and you share your journey, which is your path, all the things that was going on with you, what you were feeling, what you're thinking, what you were doing, right? All of those things. And then if you were able to come out the other side, right, then now it's become your passion to create it into your passion to create it into DIY offer, done with you offer, done for you offer, a low ticket, mid ticket, high ticket, whatever, it doesn't matter, right? So that's how do you turn that message to a message? And this is the framework that you guys should follow, because now it's easy, right? Your audience is listening and they're saying, oh my God, this person went through tremendous pain, and I am too, some version of it, my own mess, right? And they went on their hero's journey, the path and all the things that they took, who they spent the time with, what they spent their time on, how they went about doing it, and they did. They came out the other side, and now they are coming back, right? They got the magic potion or the magic elixir, and then they're now coming back to try to help me come out the other side, okay, to go through my own journey to achieve the success that they have achieved. Okay? And that's why they are passionate about the offer that they actually made. Okay. And then, so you're able to turn into a message. So now, how do you message it, right? Because messaging is having a message is great, but also how do we communicate? Right? Messaging is about communicating. How do you connect, right? Instead of just trying to convert, but how do you connect? How do you speak with your audience, not at them, right? Speak with them, not at them. Right? So the framework that I want to share with you guys in terms of messaging is very, very simple, right? That's, you can use multiple frameworks to write scripts, to write copy, right? All of these things, to shoot videos. But the framework that really is the most simplest that you guys have to learn is the hook, story, offer framework. How you actually turn your mess into great messaging, right? And if you really look at the AIDA model, okay, AIDA model is your funnel, your business funnel. Okay? So there's top of funnel, middle funnel, bottom of funnel, and there's the four stages of your sales funnel, your client's journey with you. 4 very simple stages. First stage is awareness, right? Once they're aware of you, that you even exist, right? That you exist. They don't know you. It's a cold audience, and they don't know you. And then you create something that gets them to be aware of you. I don't know who this person is. I don't know who Michaela is, Brandy is, John is, Herb. But you got my attention. Right? Now I am aware that you exist, and that's where the hook comes in. Okay? As far as the framework, you create hooks, because the hook is what gets people to. The story is what gets people to continue reading, but the hook gets people to start reading. It's hook. Because we are in an attention economy. What we are. Get attention, right? Get awareness of your brand, your offer, that you guys even exist. Right? And then if they're aware and what you share with them connects, then they go from awareness to stage 2, which is interest. Interest, that's where the story comes in. The story, just like I share with you guys, the story of the problem or pain point, the challenge that you're dealing with, right? And the path, your journey that you took to try to overcome your problems, your challenges, your pain. And if you did do it, then you turn that into your passion story, right? Why you created your offer, why you created your web class, why you created your course or your challenge, whatever it is, right? So because there's interest, they're listening to you and they want to know you. They want to get to know you, because interest is all about getting to know you. Interest is about starting the relationship, right, with you. And that's where the story is. And if you tell a story like that, now they can connect. They're like, wow, this person, is relatable. Right? They have a journey that they went through just like me. Right? And then you invite. right? If there's interest and then that story connects with them, they feel you most importantly, right? Then you move from stage two, interest, to stage three, which is decision. Now they're ready to make a decision. It doesn't necessarily have to mean that they're going to make a decision to go with you, but at least at this point, you've gotten to the point where you have nurtured the relationships. And they are ready to decide whether you are the person, the guide that can actually help them. Right? So then you go from story to making an offer. Right? And your offer is, here's my course. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to make them an offer to sell, to buy something. It could be an offer that for them to spend more time with you. Right? It could be something like a free challenge that you're hosting, a free web class like this, like a free lab, community, free lead magnet. It could be something that really can deepen the connection. I can build rapport even a deeper level. That's your offer. Okay. But if you felt like you have already established trust with your story, right? And it's especially if your story is in a long form, like a VSL, where you're when they're interested, you're giving some type of a lead magnet where they're actually doing a deep dive of maybe like an hour training or free course or something like that. You're able to get the courses designed to establish trust, and it actually does. Then yes, you can make an offer for them to spend money with you, okay? Whether it be a low ticket offer or, like in my case, ticket to our challenge, for example, right? Spend 3 days with us for only $100 to be at our 3-day challenge, right? To do a deep dive for 3 days, right? So I believe that our training, our accelerator has done its job positioning us as authority, showing people what we've been able to do, and our invitation offers to our challenge. It's because they're ready to make a decision. And then when they're there at your thing, your web class, your challenge, your workshops, then they're most receptive, right? They're most receptive to hear your offer. That doesn't also mean that they're going to buy, right? That's why in terms of sale, there's always a conversion rate, right? Whether it be you have 100 people in your challenge and you set a conversion rate of 20% or 25% or 15%, there's always, ideally you want everybody to buy, but that's just always not the case, right? So, but you still putting yourself in a position to make an offer, because I believe that there are three things that kill dreams more than anything. One is self-doubt. People don't get out of their own way. They have doubt of creating their offer, right? Stepping into this role to be a coach, to be a consultant, to create things, like to be a creator, self-doubt. And then once they get past the self-doubt, though, the second thing that kills dreams is that people don't create offers. And sometimes people don't know how to create offers. It's not that they don't want to, it's just they don't know. Should I create a low ticket offer? Should I create a free offer? Should I create a high ticket offer? Should I create a super high ticket offer? Sometimes people don't know what should be in my offer, right? And then the third thing that kills things more than anything, when you do have an offer, is that people don't make it. And this funnel that I'm sharing with you guys, after you have got their attention with the hook, you connected with them, related with them with their story of your pain, your path, your passion, you made them an offer. Then, especially if you're making an offer to a web class or challenge, something like that, where you have established trust, you position yourself as an authority that can actually help them. You are the guide that can help them win the day. And they want to be the hero of their own story, their own journey. Then they're most receptive to hear your offer. Then you make your offer. Then you call it cash. You call it cash. That's how you create. You take your message and turn it into powerful messaging that really connects and simple to understand, because you're doing it based on the AIDA model here, walking your client through these 4 funnel stages. And then there's money, right? So you got this mess, you have this, turn into this powerful message. You've been able to message it in a way where it connects and it's convenient, people understand, right? Because in the marketplace, people don't buy superior products. What they buy is products. So how do you turn this into money? All right. Because the thing is, you went through your own hero's journey, right? You left the ordinary world as well, whatever you were going through. Okay? You were called to adventure, something that was calling you to take action. And at first, you refused the call. Most people do. I refused the call for a very long time. And so I said, enough is enough. And in 2005, I started my own business. And December 3rd of this year was our 19th year as business owners. for probably about 3 years. Um, I think Randy on our mastermind on Monday, she said, don't people, or on this training yesterday we had, that don't people think about quitting their job about 6 months before they actually do it? For me, it was like 3 years. I'd already been thinking about quitting my job for almost 3 years and starting my own business. That was a call. I knew that was something more for me in my life than this, but I didn't do it. I refused a call for 3 years. So few events happened, a catalyst, something that happened that caused me to go on this journey. I quit my job in 2005 and started my business. And then you meet mentors. I meet several mentors way back in the days. Like John Maxwell is one of them. John Maxwell is one of my very first actually mentor that I actually just learned through his personal programs and things like that in terms of leadership, but I actually paid him and his team to come in and work with us, right? You meet mentors. And then you cross this threshold of control, right? You're this threshold that you're used to, but then you cross it. You know that if you want to you expand your threshold, you become the most uncomfortable. When you're most uncomfortable, that's when you grow the most, because you're going to be then you're going to run into you're going to start connecting, running to allies. You're going to run into enemies. Like sometimes the enemies within, right? Within, it's all yourself. And then the approach, right? You're getting ready for this this challenge, this whole big ordeal, this whole the biggest challenge of your life, to kind of break through the other side, right? And then the ordeal happens. The ordeal happens because you got the result, you got the transformation, and then you're rewarded for that, just like I did. You're rewarded, right, for building a seven-figure business, building a multiple seven-figure business, winning two common couple words, multiple two common couple words. And then you head on the road back, right? And you said, okay, I should create an offer with this. I was able to do it. So now I'm qualified, and not only just qualified to generate income with this, but I'm qualified to say I did it and I want to impact your life because I know how you feel to struggle trying to make this online business work. And then the road back isn't easy as well. There's going to be challenges, right? There's been challenges in my career to transition from doing the thing to now being able to teach. And then there's the resurrection, right? Then you find it, you get the clarity you need to say, okay, you did it. How did you put this all together that you can actually help people? And you find the elixir or the magic potion, the strategies, right? Frameworks, tactics. You actually have been doing it, and most importantly, other people have been doing it as well that you're actually now teaching and coaching. Right? And that's when you return with the elixir, and then you go out to the world and you try to help out as many people as. And that's the hero's journey. You went through it yourself, so you are qualified because of your journey. You possess strategies, you possess skill, you've overcome your own struggle, you achieve success, or you have some type of story to tell that somebody really needs to hear. And then how you make money at it is you turn it into offers. Either a DIY offer where you can, create courses where your audience is learning at their own time, at their own pace, pace learning. Done with you, where you're doing hand-holding, one coaching, group coaching, masterminds, or done for you service. You turn what you know and love into a service. It's like what we have done here with our change makers coaching experience, right? So we did it, we did the thing, and we've been able to, on our resurrection or on our elixir that we've been able to show other people how to do it. And now we're like, okay, how do we take this out to the world? We've already tested it. We've already selected a few people to work with. We've already got some yeses, some successes on our belt. How do we now scale this? How do we scale and grow and scale this, right? Because we've done it. And our coaching experience, that's why when you create offers, when you're able to turn your strategy, your successes into an offer, first off, you gotta make sure that if you really want to generate the most amount of money, you gotta make sure that you are clear what your offers payoff is. It's the first important things. Before you start telling people about your offer, what's the payoff? What's the result? What is the transformation that they get? What are the benefits of your offer? And the benefits of our offer, and that's why I share with you guys so much about how I live, like who I am, what I do, where I go, right? Because I believe that life should not have limits. We should not be living in a box. That's why I call our community, the laptop lifestyle, because I really believe that in this age, you are able to live, to work, to earn from anywhere. And I've actually been able to do that in the last 4 years after struggling for 2 years. So the payoff of our coaching experience is being able to have you. I don't know what that looks like to you. Your freedom looks like to you, but for me, my freedom is I have my freedom to wake up every day doing what I love, what I know, and people who need my help, and then make an impact in their life, and then being able to generate income doing that. Right? And then it allows me to build a business that allows me to spend as much time on the things that I love with the people I love, and doing the things that I love the most. That's what I call the lifestyle freedom. The payoff of our coaching experience gets you that freedom to show you how to design your life, and then designing a business to steal it, provide for it, right? So that you too can live and work and earn from anywhere. Okay, a business that is generating a minimum of 6 figures, 10K per month. So if you are looking for something that will get you from whatever it is that you're making now to consistently generate 10K per month, this is the coaching program that can actually help you do that, right? We're going to walk you through how to turn, again, what you know and love into an offer, whether it's a DIY offer, a done with you offer, a done for you offer, at least $5,000 offer. That's what we teach you how to craft a $5,000 offer, as well as downsell offers that's 1,000, and then also some low ticket offers as well. Low ticket, mid ticket, and high ticket offers. That is what this coaching offer is, right? And we show you how to build a business map, show you how to take your clients on a journey with you. So once they see you, right, they're aware of your brand. Where do you take them? Do you take them to a community? Do you take them to lead magnet, consume something of yours? Do you try to convert them, go to a webinar challenge? And after they say yes to you, how do you help your clients achieve success so that you can create raving fan clients, so that they're not only just believe you, right, trust you to buy from you, believe you because you help them get results, but they are with you for life. And that's the goal. The goal here is to get clients to become the goal to convert, but at the same time to convert clients into raving fan clients that buy from you, raving fan clients that buy more from you, raving fan clients that continue to buy from you because they continue to get the results. They continue to get the transformation. So we show you how to build your business map and your client journey based on. So our offer here is you get the Changemakers Master Course, where we took our audience over 2 days, did a full immersion over 2 days, and we turned into our course, 25 lessons, 9 total modules. You get access to our 7 figures master course as well, where we took another group of audience on a full day immersion. It comes with 7 modules and 11 lessons. And this is all implementation. This is not just more information that's going to overwhelm you, but the right information that you can actually implement and execute. You're going to need funnels. We know that if you're creating content, people see you. The next step in the funnel is interest. So you got to get people to know you. We give you a lead generation funnel template so that you can start building a list. Because again, those who build a list build a business, right? Because leads are the oxygen of your business. You're trying to convert, you're trying to get more, you're trying to make more income. Yes, you're trying to acquire more clients, but in order for you to acquire more clients, you have leads. That's what the lead generation funnel does. And then once you generate leads, you have to be able to nurture the list, nurture the lead, and then be able to convert the lead. So we also gave you a funnel template, a like you funnel, whatever you decide, wherever you decide to make your offer, whether it be a webinar, a challenge, DSL, an auto webinar, there's a funnel template for you there to decide where you actually will convert the leads. Because once you generate it, then you can invite them to your webinar, your challenge, or your automated webinar, your DSL, and actually be able to make your offer. And then you actually have access to our Laptop Lifestyle Tribe, which is a 12-month access for that. And what you get with that is if you're in the Laptop Lifestyle now, you got all the free courses in the classroom section. You have the weekly coaching on Mondays. You have the mastermind on Mondays as well. And then you also have the Thursday web class, this web class, right? And every mastermind and web class is always a different topic to help you move the needle in your business, right? Sometimes it's about niching down your ideal client, sometimes it's about messaging, sometimes about your offer, sometimes it's about marketing, sometimes it's about selling and converting. right? Sometimes it's about, client journey. So it's all different web classes, different masterminds every single week. You also get access to our seven-figure moves boot camps, where we are teaching you things that helped us build our seven-figure business there. And we run a boot camp every single month. And then you also get the ATM's mastermind, where we have a group of people at the boot camp where not only do you get the training and the event, but you also get to mastermind with not just myself, peer group as well, that can give you some perspective of your message or your offer and your content, things like that, to kind of share, to walk into your kind of shoes and what they would feel if they experience you. So this is a total value of $32,500 value. And this comes with a 100% 30-day money back guarantee. You decide to move forward, you get access to the members area right away. You get to consume everything right away. You get to come to the mastermind, the web classes. You get to register for your next boot camp. I think our next boot camp is January 31st coming up here. But you get access to all of that. And within 30 days, you felt like this is not a good fit for you. You're the right guide. You're not getting what you need. You can request 100% your money back. You don't have to do anything special. You don't have to do anything other than just tell me that this isn't the right fit for you, right? And we believe in results. When we make offers, we believe that our offer will get you the results that you want. And we believe that to help or create an environment where it gives people a safe place or safe decision to make. And there's no better program or better offer that comes with it is to back it up with a 100% quality satisfaction guarantee. So that's what we're providing. Okay, so $32,500 worth of value. Our irresistible offer for you is only $4,997 to, again, launch if you're launching something new, or if you have an existing offer, to help you launch your existing offer, relaunch it, help you grow your business to six figures so that you can get up to 10K per month consistently. So if you look at returns, if you built a six-figure business next year, we fast forward at the end of 2025, you built a minimum of a six-figure business and your investment is only $49.97. That's basically a 20x return on your investment. That's it. It's very simple. Very, very simple. So if this is for you, if you think that this is the right fit for you, then sevenfiguresexpertacademy.com/changemakers. And again, it comes with 100% money back guarantee. You can dive into consume everything right away for the first 30 days, including coming to the bootcamp live. And at the end of the bootcamp, you felt like this isn't for you, you can request 100% money back. That's how safe it is. Irresistible decision. Okay? So go back to our web class, from mess to money. So I turned my mess that I was in, turned into a powerful message, share with you the framework to do that. Like pain I went through, the path, the journey that I took to come out the other side, who I got involved with, what did I do, how did I go about doing that? Then the messaging, right, following the AIDA model: awareness, interest, decision, action. One of the best frameworks is just focus, story, offer, call to action. Get their attention, share your story that relates and connects with them, makes you relatable, authentic, genuine, and vulnerable. And then if there's connection there, then you make them an offer to come to your thing, right? Decide where you're going to make an offer, whether it be a webinar or a challenge or a workshop, or even something evergreen, and then call them to action. Because you were able to turn your mess into this offer, right? So now you're able to, if you're helping people, impacting people's lives, you're serving, now you're able to generate income doing that, generate money doing that. Make sense? Yes. So John, I see you on my screen, and where are you from? Where are you connected from, John? You are muted.
Yeah, I unmuted it. I was having trouble figuring
it out. Where are you connecting from?
I'm actually in Georgetown, Kentucky, but I'm originally from Cambridge, Massachusetts.
Very cool.
So yeah, I lived in Florida for 20 plus years, and just right before the pandemic, moved up here because my girlfriend's the director of development at the local food bank, and so I've been working for a company in Florida as well as myself. through most of the pandemic. And then I just finally left the house and went to work like about a year and a half, 2 years ago,
Okay.
after most of the pandemic at home in my basement office. Even though it's a big and fancy office, I thought it was time to get out and be in public again. As you
Yeah.
can tell, I'm back in the home office. um, but yeah, I've got the mess that you're talking about. Um,
Yeah. I mean,
I'm an
if
insurance
you,
agent. I have a
okay.
loan brokerage company, and then also a mobile notary service. So I was trying to create an offer that would utilize the leads I already have, for the loan brokerage and the business to business insurance, life insurance, and
Yep.
planning and so forth.
Yep.
And I just had trouble getting it all together and making it sound and look cohesive.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I've been to a few different offers similar to this, either an app or create a course or whatever. And there's a lot of noise out there. So I've been having a
A
little
lot of noise.
trouble trying to figure it all out.
Okay.
Um, as you can probably remember, it wasn't that long ago for you, right?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So, and I'm
Yeah.
sure there's some other people in this meeting have had the same issue.
Yeah,
Um,
there's definitely a lot of noise out there, and actually Brandy and Michaela is part of that noise, meaning they've been out there in the world and they've consumed the noise just like you and I did, right? And I was
yeah,
navigating through the noise myself when I was struggling those 2 years. It's like everybody had this great offer, everybody was this guru, right? Everybody can show you the way. And I did. I consumed so much that I overwhelmed myself with that information, that to the point where some things I didn't even want to do because I was so overwhelmed. Some things I did, but then I kept changing things all the time because I was hearing multiple
yeah.
ways of doing
Hard
it.
to stay
Right?
on one path and just focus all the
One hundred
way
percent.
through because you
One hundred
keep
percent.
getting sidetracked with another
Yeah.
offer.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
my
And
so what I
wasting money
did.
on multiple offers, which is
Yep. Yep.
not good.
I did. I did that.
Yeah.
For the first 2 years, I spent time, I spent energy, spent a lot of money, and I assure you this, John, when we created this offer, and Brandy and Michaela can share this with you as well, what it's been like to work with me. I created this offer in a way where you kind of probably heard me say it a little while ago, but it's not about more information. It's about getting the right information so you can implement to get the results that you want. Right?
Yeah,
And the
absolutely.
beauty of if you decide to move forward with work with us, the one thing that I assure you that makes me you know different from some of the other coaches and the other offers that you've heard
Well,
is
you're
I
the only
actually
one that I've
in
heard offer the guaranteed money back
yeah
if you're
yeah
not satisfied, which is a
yeah
big selling point. I mean, that's important.
yep
People
yep
expect value for what they're spending, and if they get
correct
into it and they find out, oh, so you're teaching me stuff I already know. Like
yeah
recently, I did a high ticket sales uh, thing, and I've been in sales for years, so I probably shouldn't have done it, but I thought I might even just get a better local job if I did that. And unfortunately for me, it was a little bit pricey, even at the lowest tier. And
yeah
it was
yeah
just it within the class, it just was unorganized. It wasn't what I expected.
yeah so
To the point where like
and
I felt more like I was mentoring other people in the group than I was actually learning something.
yeah yeah and what makes me unique in this space with you particularly is this is not a sales strategy or sales tactic, but I've, I've been in mortgage as well as insurance, and I've helped a lot of people in the mortgage space and insurance space and real estate space to grow their service-based business like you are. I know how to help you grow your business because I actually have done it. And
Right.
I actually have helped other people in this particular space, in your space. Some people work with coaches mainly, or they work with
Yeah.
consultants mainly, right? Or they work with marketing
Well, in my
agencies.
industry,
And
a lot of them just buy leads.
yeah, yeah,
and,
yeah,
and
yeah,
I'm trying to get
yeah.
off that bandwagon.
Correct, correct,
You
correct,
know,
correct.
I'm trying to
Yeah,
get off that
and
bandwagon because that gets quite expensive, you know?
yeah, not only does it get expensive, but you don't have control of the quality of your leads. So
Oh,
for
no,
me,
not at all. And you don't know how many times they've sold them.
Yeah.
You have
So
no idea.
for me, it's about how do you create genuine leads that are hot leads,
Authentic.
quality leads
Yeah.
that you have control. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I prefer to do a targeted, like have a targeted audience
Yeah,
that I don't want the final expense guy that's a $500 policy that,
100%.
500 the first year and then maybe 100 a year for the next 10 before they die or whatever. I don't want that. I
Yeah,
want the
yeah,
guy that's going to spend $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 on a policy, you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
And I even have a team in the new agency I'm with that I can pass off high ticket, like advanced planning things and still pick up half the commission with doing none of the work. So
Gotcha.
for
Are
me,
you are you a captive agent or are you an independent?
no, I'm a independent. I
Very
actually
good.
was interviewing for a local benefits company, but they wanted to make me captive, and I'm like, no, why am I going to do that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm going back to
Yeah,
it's going
don't.
backwards. I'm like
Yeah,
captive,
like
so I can
throw
be
yourself in
a
prison.
slave to
Throw
your
yourself in prison
schedule
at that
and
point.
your lead generation. No, thank you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Very
No.
cool.
And in a lot of those
Actually, we have.
companies, they still are charging you for leads. So, you're a captive agent, you're stuck with whatever crappy lead service they have. And then you end up spending your own money for more better leads. And you're still not getting the type of commission you're supposed to get because most of them start you off at a low level. So for me, why am I going to do that? If I'm generating my own leads, I don't have a lead cost with them.
Yep.
If their leads are horrible, no problem for me. The other agents
Very
might
cool.
suffer, but not me. So that's my whole goal is to
Very cool.
create my own.
Yeah. So, Brandy, Michaela, Herb, you know that you guys have spent the time, energy, money on other programs as well. Until you work with me, I don't know what it's been like to kind of share with John what it's been like to work with me and what sets me apart or unique or different.
It's been
So, John, hi. So yeah, this is my second year actually working with Cease, just because it was so good the first time that I signed up again for the second time to keep going. I have paid for many other programs at the same price point, even higher, and even gone to like week-long retreats and stuff like that. And I've never gotten the amount of value that Cease has provided just because he shows up like nonstop. Honestly, I'm surprised you have that much energy, Cease. It's like multiple times a week, and it's a small group right now. So you get more one-on-one time with him to answer questions that you have. Yesterday we did with our private members a 4 hour almost coaching session, and it was just really eye-opening for me. He helps us figure out what our offers are and how to market them and who to market them to, and just all the little resources and tools, things that you would never know about. I had paid for just so many just so I'm like you were saying, they're just so many, and like none of them ever felt so personal as working with Cease. And I know that Brandy shows up to all of these as well. And there's other people that usually show up that would be here today as well that were there yesterday. So I think it's really just beneficial also to be a part of this group with all the other people, because you can brainstorm ideas with each other, and they give you their experiences, and we're just always bouncing ideas. So I think this is the reason why I've stuck with this group for 2 years now. So yeah, that's my experience.
Very cool.
So over 2
Yeah.
years, during the 2 years you've been working on this, have you come up with an initial offer and
Yeah,
actually?
so the first year I actually got pregnant and I
Oh.
had a baby.
It's been
So
a
it
long
was,
time, but I remember those days.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
very tiring actually. I couldn't even stay awake. So it was hard for me to work on my stuff just because I was honestly sleeping all the time, like I was just out. I feel like I was like out for a year, but I knew that this was really good. So I signed up all over again just because I was like, I like how Cease operates. And I do have an offer, and I even have a website. If you want to, I can put it in the chat.
Sure.
And I'm a nutritionist, and he helped me
Oh, I
create
could have used you, although now I'm going to Hotworks. I don't even use my Planet Fitness membership anymore because I go to HotWorks and work out in the sauna.
Yeah, that's a good workout too,
I
you know.
dropped 80 pounds because of it.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah. So I
Wow.
created my website so you can
Congrats.
check it out later if you want, but that is my offer and I'll be coaching as well some high ticket clients and I've been connecting with people. So this week I actually launched well, next week in the beginning of the week I launched my podcast, which is long form content. Working on all my YouTubes because I do have just a 1 year old, you know, so I'm also busy
Oh,
with
yeah.
my baby, but we do have a nanny. So, and we're moving next week and renting out my beach condo. I live in Hawaii. So that's where I'm at right now is my condo, but we will be moving to a big house next week just because we need more room because the baby, you know. So,
Of
but
course.
I have been working extensively on all of this. I have that course that I sent you my website. You can go see it later, but I wouldn't have been able to do all of this if it wasn't for being in this group, just because I just don't have it in me, you know, to be honest. Like I need a hand to hold, you know, and I feel like with Cease, I got
There's
so
nothing
much
wrong with that.
like insights, you know, and the community is really great. And I love like all the other members, you know, connecting with them. So I think for me, it's worth it. I would even sign up again next year. And now I'm going to be marketing, you know, I'm starting to go more hardcore with everything. So
Well, I don't think
I
there's
think,
anything wrong with rehashing it and figuring
yeah,
out what's working, what's not. I mean, in marketing, you're supposed to do A/B testing anyway,
yes,
right?
yes.
So what's wrong with coming up with like maybe a rehash and trying that out to see if you get a better response?
Yeah. So that's what we
Run
just
two
did.
side by side.
Yeah. We just
Don't be
switched my
afraid.
offer
I mean,
over.
it's not going to cost you any more money.
Totally. Totally. Yeah. So that's what he helps us do. That I've just switched my offer from I was gonna do a group and then I decided to just focus. I'm still gonna do a group, but just at a different completely offer, you know? So for me, I'm just pivoting, you know, I'm like, okay, maybe this will work better for someone who has a little baby who can't constantly be doing webinars. So he just gave me all the insights yesterday because we did the mastermind yesterday and we have another one coming up. And for me, like I love connecting in these, but it's really the 4 hour and above intensives where we really get into the deep, you know, stuff. So
Yeah.
today, you know, these are like little touch points, but when we go into the mastermind groups for hours, it's like I have this whole book just full of like notes from like everything already, you know, like it's just pages and pages and pages of like,
So you're a note taker like me. I was
yeah, you
taking
know,
notes
and then I
during
go
this,
back
and
and
I know it was just more of an overview, but I still was
yeah,
taking
yeah.
notes.
But yeah, it's a great program. If you like, from my experience, it's a great program, you know, because I get so much out of it more, and it's a smaller group than being with, I don't know. I was in other groups where I
Yeah.
just felt like a number, you know. This one I actually can ask
Overwhelmed a
questions
number.
and
Yeah,
yeah.
I was in a webinar probably a week and a half ago that was probably 150 people. And
Yeah.
and they did that traditional like put a one in or, oh my god, stop with the stupidity. Let's get
Yeah.
to the meat and potatoes, you know, to
Yes.
see if this is for me instead of like the hype of like groupthink. Thank you
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
sharing your story. I know
Yeah.
it's not easy to speak in a public forum like this with strangers,
Yeah,
but
no
I
worries.
appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Okay, of course. Thank you for listening.
And I'm going to check out your thing too.
Thank
I don't
you.
know. Maybe you'll pick up
Yeah.
a new client on the vegan thing though. I need my meat.
We'll work around that.
Yeah. So, John, we would love to have you part of this group. Very small, intimate group, and I wanted to keep it this way on purpose so that we can connect deeper and make sure that you guys get the result. I am batting 100%. Okay, that's what I want. I want 100% participation, 100% results, because I don't believe in selling products or services. I don't believe in selling offers. I believe in selling results and transformation. Otherwise, if you can't do that, you shouldn't sell. That's just my thing. And if you can sell results and transformation, then you're really not selling. You're basically aligning with those who are wanting to buy because they see that clearly that your offer can get them the results that they want. And once they get the result that they want, they can achieve the transformation they really are after. Right? So we'd love to see you at the next boot camp, which is coming up on January 31st. And just like I said, it made this very easy to get started, a very safe decision. And I think that's very important. And if you got access to the members area, and consumed all the stuff. Like Brandy just recently went through the entire members area, I think almost. She can kind of describe you what that experience is like, and then come to our next boot camp, the full day deep dive. And then at the end of
I
that,
haven't
we can
even
have a
gotten
discussion.
into your free session. I haven't even gotten to your thing. I registered for it, but I haven't even gotten into your free members area in school.
I know.
And if I told you I'm
Yeah,
spending $100 a month on a school membership as well, and I'm in like 4 different groups over there, it's kind of crazy. Why I'm trying to have paying for that when I'm not even trying to build a group right now is beyond me.
Yeah, so it's
I need my head examined.
So don't do that. That's what I mean. That's
I know. I was about to cancel
spend,
it. I just haven't bothered. You know,
yeah.
I need to
spend
get
the
in
right
there and do
resources
that.
on
There's
the
a
right
few things.
program.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think it's really important what you're saying of like to get through the mess and create a message and then
Right.
move it forward. Hey, and
By the way,
I think I just have been confused. I need to sit down and just brainstorm what exactly do I want to accomplish?
Yeah.
Who am I trying to
Well,
accomplish? Like all of those
and when you're part of our coaching program, you're gonna get that. You're gonna get the clarity that you need. I think the most important is the clarity. Out of all the things that you're trying to accomplish with this, I will say confidently that you will get the clarity that you need with this program above all other programs. A lot of programs dump you with a lot of information.
As far as insurance or mortgage or brokerage clients that I'm trying to pick up, that I'm not charging them anything for. So I shouldn't have any problem if I have the correct messaging, attracting them to a webinar, talking about, the different things that we can do for them, and then getting them on board for an appointment and moving forward, and I'd rather do it that way because I'd rather talk to a bunch of people, set a week's worth of appointments, and then go, like maybe I do 2 webinars a month and generate enough leads for my business that I don't have to worry about anything else. And that would be worth well more than $5,000.
Yeah, and that's what, like I said, that's what makes me unique is that I've actually been in the space you're in, and I've actually helped other people be successful in this space. So I bring that uniqueness to you because not only do I just work with coaches, consultants, and course creators, but I work with service professionals in the real estate, insurance, mortgage, as well as real estate investing. So there's a lot of bases in there that, So I've helped multiple people grow in this space as well. So that's the uniqueness of working with me. Okay, so
that is something I didn't know. So maybe God put me in the right place at the right time.
God always has a plan. God always has a plan. So
I wish he had I wish he had a plan about 6 months ago.
Yeah. Well, that plan might start now. So
because I really want to come where you are and get the hell out of the United States. I need to maintain a residence somewhere so I can have multi-state licenses still. But I'd like to leave and go live a more comfortable lifestyle and not have to worry. Oh, had a bad month. Who cares? The condo's paid for and done.
Yeah, and that's what we do. We have a residence in the U.S., but then we travel the world, and then
oh really?
Yeah,
I've looked at both the Philippines and Thailand for this.
I was so surprised with how many foreigners were here. Now I understand why they're here. You get everything that you need here, including the locals.
Well, I was thinking Cebu would be perfect because if worse came to worse, I could pick up a job as a consulting for the BPOs over there because I've actually been in customer service and like a customer experience specialist, customer resolution specialist for a major company. So I was dealing with people that had major problems. So
I should connect with you with my wife. My wife owns a virtual assistants business.
Oh, really?
She has over 2,000. Yeah, she has over 2,000 VAs in the Philippines.
And I was using them long before, back when it was O-Work.
Yeah, very cool.
In the beginning,
very cool.
Yeah, I've been doing that stuff for a long time. But I actually worked for a company where we had BPOs, like both here in the States and South America as well. I don't think we ever had any in the Philippines, but Cebu's the hot spot for that.
Yeah,
And they should have, because they speak better English than most of the Latin American customer service people we had. And we probably would have had an easier time with some of our customers, because there's always that one that's got to complain about, they hear a foreign accent and they complain, so I've had to deal with that a lot. That's why I figured if I landed in the Philippines, if worst came to worst, I could be a consultant in the customer service BPO segment.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, I actually worked through the pandemic. I worked for my old company that was out of Florida, Pods, moving and storage business nationwide. So you could just imagine the crap I had to deal with, people threatening to sue us over different things.
Yeah,
being stuck in their containers. So I've done it all.
Man.
I've done it all. And I've worked in sales and everything for them as well. I actually started in sales, but then they realized I had been dealing with so many other customer issues in the past that they moved me over to the customer service side, but let me keep my commission. So I was taking sales calls in between my problem calls.
Very cool. Very cool. So yeah, well, nice meeting you, John. Look forward to
it was really nice
having
meeting you guys too. And I want to thank you again, Michaela, for sharing your experience. It's really good to be able to hear somebody else that's doing the program too, because that's another thing very unique you guys are doing is allowing people that are already in the program to talk about it. And how else am I going to know if I don't get all the information I need?
Right.
Thank you.
So going, you're welcome. So going back to the web class, does anybody have any questions about this framework? Being able to extract your mess into a message, resonates, and being able to message it in a way where it speaks with your audience, and then at the same time sharing why you actually created the offer, so that you can not only again generate the impact, which is ultimately the reason why we're all here. One of the things that you will see that very consistent with every single person on this call, or anybody that's really stepping into this type of, most people are here because we want to make an impact in other people's lives. We want to help people change lives. We want to impact the world. We want to do good to the world. Not all, but most, right? So we know that the impact is there. Right? And then, but being able to convey that where, hey, this is why I'm so passionate about I created this offer for this very reason. And I believe that if impact is your main priority, that's where your first intention, you should be able to, and if you do that, then you should be able to generate income doing it, right? So does anybody have any questions about this framework? How to go about implementing it or executing this? Or anything to add that could even help keep everybody on this? Hi, Brandy.
Hi. I don't know if I've actually ever clarified that I go by Brandy Joe. I've just been like, okay. I would say if I were
Brandy Joe.
I would say if I were to add anything, it would be really from the perspective as the participant. So John, this is more for you. And I wouldn't qualify this as my official testimony for video purposes. That is because I like to do that a very holistic way. So this is just off the cuff, kind of capturing my perspective would be from the 30 days, check out the community first, and then the 30 days. So what I heard you say, John, was that you're like, hey, I like this offer that is 30-day money back guarantee. And so that also was really helpful for me. And in the process of from the beginning to now, there was a piece once I committed and I got into that first boot camp. It was the first time in I would say almost 3 years, if there was anything I had an issue with, it was about my niche. And I have done a ridiculous amount of searching for someone that was able to get this nailed down for me, because of what I have to offer is so much. And I could not get it figured out. And it was in that first encounter, it being right then, he just listened to what I was saying, cease, just listened to what I was saying, and then really reflected back to me. Well, it sounds like blank, 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 blank. And I went, oh my gosh, for the first time, that makes sense to me. And from there, I had breathing room to work it out and spend time really honing in what that sounded like for me, so that it encompasses everything that I already have been doing that was offline that I'm taking online. And so that never had any language. So he helped define a overarching language that I could pull from and hone in on. And it didn't take a ton of time to do that. Then what I experienced after that was jumping into what you were talking about, the content in the Changemakers course. And I finished that, but and you can pretty much, I would say for me, I like to binge because I need the bigger picture information. So I'm in the 7-figure experts piece now. And so with the change makers, I think I was maybe 4 modules in, and it was like, you got to be kidding me. This is what I have needed this whole time, that supported what he did in the boot camp. And so for me, it took all of this and collapsed it and made it so simple and easy for me to move forward where I've been stuck this whole time. Like I don't know that I don't have the marketing and sales experience, so this is really great for me. And I'm learning so much, and I've got everything else ready. It's just this marketing and sales that I've never had to do. And so that's been super helpful. Um, and being able to, here's a key thing that I've learned about Cease, just in 60 days-ish, under 60 days, I would say, is when he speaks to the relationship with him, if you bring your truth and you're straight with him, he's straight with you. And I got the opportunity to activate that this month with him on a call. And I was going into that call expecting something else, and he just made it amazing for me. I hopped off that call and I was like, yes, here we go. Moving forward, and I'm gonna go charge, like I'm gonna work my plan. And it wasn't about that. It was about walking away, getting more value.
Oh, John, Michaela and Brandy are actually actors that I paid to be here to talk about all these amazing things about me. Okay, so
No, I think sometimes we need an accountability coach, to tell you the truth. I actually thought about making that my offer, becoming an accountability coach. Like literally,
honestly,
like, you know what? I'm going to give you a daily phone call for 90 days. You're going to pay me $3,000, but I'm going to get you on track and keep you on track. You know, because some of us just need it.
You know what? Out of all the noise that's out there, that's one of the offers that is so needed out there, quite honestly, right? So I am a great supportive coach, very direct in terms of communication, things like that. And I can be, I can hold people very accountable to their numbers and actions. As a matter of fact, last night we did a deep dive with everybody and got
That
the
might be a
numbers,
good add-on. accountability
did.
coaching,
Yeah.
accountability coach as well. Even if it's just one of your students getting in there and holding each other accountable, you know?
Yeah. So Brandy, I really appreciate that share. I didn't even know that was the interaction we had with niching down that really made a huge difference in you. There were a lot of things obviously that Cav, I did not one really
Well,
resonated. So
without that, I would not be able to move forward. I don't have a need for anything else, and it's this one piece, and it didn't matter. It was like, okay, this who isn't the focus. It's the message to market fit. It was everything I needed right there in those 10 pieces that got me to go, okay. And so it just simplified it because I already have that language, and no one's ever explained it to me. And I think that it's true that there's a lot of people out there, hey, that's what they're actually trying to sell. And it's almost a disservice to people like me that I'm not misunderstanding what you're saying. I'm an elite trainer. So for me, I can grasp pretty much whatever's being thrown at me. And at the same time, I'm like, sometimes this is just so complicated, and it shouldn't be this complicated. And so there was one other piece I wanted to add. Oh, it was about what you mentioned about accountability. And this would probably be the first time I'm choosing to offer something in the sense of what I know about accountability coaches, or if you want an accountability coach, the one thing that you want to do is choose someone that you don't want to let down. If you choose an accountability coach. And so that's been very important to me. Like, I would have to know if somebody was choosing me for that, or if I were choosing them. That's the main value factor that stands above all the rest to be successful. So
powerful. I like that. I've never looked at it that way, but I totally 100% agree with you. Because just like Tony Robbins taught me, right? We do more for others than we do for ourselves. If every human being is pretty much this way, built this way, right? We do more for others, so we don't want to let people down.
And I say that I have seasons where it's like that, but honestly, I have my self-control is also in the state of excellence. So the definition of self-control is being able to say no and hear no at the same time. So I say no to a lot of.
And you lost me there a little bit. Maybe I need your coaching too.
Well, because I live from a place of peace and rest, and one of the key pieces of our life to function at a highest level is sleep. There's so many things that you benefit from with your sleep. So yeah, it's got to be super worth it for me to say yes. So if you're not free to say no, then your yes is worthless. I have a lot of one-liners.
100%. I love it. I love that.
One-liner queen.
I love that. Love that. Cool. Anybody have anything to add with the mess to money? Any questions? Anything you wanna? That's not clear. Herb, you're unmuted.
I think Herb was trying to talk.
I was just jumping in while Sis was out. But I'm gonna touch base on like the having Sis as a coach though. I was at this for 3 years trying to figure it all out. I just knew I wanted to have some type of online business. no idea what. I tried this and that and that and the other. And I finally made the decision to invest in myself because I'm hard headed. I thought I could figure it all out on my own. But as soon as I made that decision to invest in myself and invest in Sis's training and as a coach, it went from 3 years to running, chasing my tail like a dog in circles to 3 weeks. I had identified my niche, solidified my offer, and hired my first, and got my first paying client. And today, I just, before I hopped on here, I just hopped off of a podcast interview. I was a guest on a podcast. So really that it takes having someone to guide you, to push you, to help you. They've already paved the way. Like they've already dug the trail and had to cut the shrubbery away and all that. Just following their trail.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's another
don't
thing
be
we
a,
all face is
yeah,
trying to reinvent the wheel. Why do you want to do
yeah.
that?
You know,
Take,
I did that.
taking an existing vehicle that fits your purpose and run with it.
Well, I did that. I understand why we get in our way a lot of times because I spent 13 years, literally, probably my entrepreneurship life, probably more, about 13 years, 12 years or so, um, becoming the pioneer, right? And I'm like, why do we do this to ourselves when somebody's already been the pioneer? They've already got the arrows in their backs, right? Why be the pioneer and get the arrows on your back when somebody's already done it? So why not model after them? Um, there's a funny saying with there's a kind of I don't know what they call it, but you know, in the Chinese they talk about three. There was three wise men, and the first wise man says, "Hey, I'm wise because I learned from my mistakes." The second wise man comes up and says, "No, I'm actually wiser because I learned from other people's mistakes." And then the third wise man comes up and says, "No, I'm actually the wisest of us three because I learned from other people's successes." Right.
I like
And
that.
and yeah, and it's so true. It's like why, you know, all these people who have failed, have done it, they've got the arrows in their back, they've been the pioneers. So why not learn from their success so that you could speed up yours? Right. That's basically what this offer is. This offer has nothing to do with making money or it's just another offer, but it's an offer that I am all about giving you the experience to ensure that you know that you made the right decision. And most importantly, that the hand holdings there, we will be there, the community will be there, I will be there with you to ensure that you get the result.
Another
So
thing is, Sis has had some of the best coaches in the world coach him. Tony Robbins, Russell Brunson. That's just to name a couple. So you're not just getting his information; you're getting theirs too from him. Like you couldn't ask for a better place to start or someone to guide you along the way.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't say that as much as I should, but you're 100% right, Herb. It's like you can't afford to be a platinum partner with Tony Robbins for 85,000 a year. You can't afford. Most people can't afford to do 50,000 with Inner Circle with Russell Brunson year over year, right? And that's the level of people who I surround myself with, that I bring down, you know, to this level and share as much that what I've been through is what they've been through and what they share with me.
You're right. He's expensive
At a
to
price
see, but
point that
he's got
is
a he's got a
that
thing
for
coming
me,
up for
yeah,
free
that aligns with
soon.
how I want to live, right? So
Did you know that, sis? He just sent me a thing the other day. He's got like some free offer, like a 3-day thing or something. Some
cool.
3-day challenge, Tony Robbins.
Yeah. He's turning down. He's going to be retiring soon here. He's meaning he's going to stop doing this, and he's going to just, and that's pretty much it. He does a lot of his challenges with Dean Graziosi. So
Even though
yeah,
I
but
can't
he's
afford
tuning
him,
out.
I'm gonna do the 3-day thing just to see, to grab whatever nuggets I can.
You know what that means if he's retiring?
Pass the torch.
You know what that
Yeah.
means? I'm next.
Yes, there's a big vacuum. Yeah, there's a big vacuum that needs to be filled. 100%. I
Yeah,
100% agree
it's
with
my
you.
turn.
Yep. Totally. Cool. Well, you
Go,
guys,
go for it. Go for it. He started somewhere.
Yeah. Somebody started something 48 years ago. He started it, so he's leaving soon. So, Again, guys, I hopefully you enjoyed this web class today. Really, you guys have done the work. You've been on the hero's journey. You're helping other people go through their own mess, and you're able to turn it into a powerful message, and then messaging it so it speaks with them, and ultimately, putting yourself in a position to make impact and income with this, right? So let's make those offers. Let's get in front of your ideal clients. Let's create that content so people see you. Let's get people to know you, get people to like you, and ultimately make your offers. That's how you're going to change the world and change your life and change the life of everybody around you. Okay, so I'm gonna go have some fun with my family here and our team. Our team's here as well. So I think we're gonna be doing some ATV. So I'll check in with you guys on Monday. Monday's mastermind is about marketing and selling online. Right, about marketing and selling online.
Quick question, Cease.
Yes.
I thought you mentioned you wouldn't be doing classes next week.
Next week I will. It's the week after. Sorry, not next week. Next week I will be doing a
master. Let you guys finish your conversation. Yeah. But I wanted to thank you all again for
thank you, John,
sharing your experiences and your background.
Hey, come join us,
beautiful.
man.
Thank you, John.
It's not just him; it's a whole group to help.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's a good environment. Yeah. True community. Yep.
Thank you, John.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. So, but the mastermind next week and the web class is on for next week. It's the week after that I will not, because I will be traveling back to the US. Okay.
Cool. Okay.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Enjoy yourself.
Enjoy the rest of it. Okay. Bye-bye.